Hey guys, me and Scooby have found a card shop. This guy, we know him from the Caboolture Markets where he's set up down there. He's now got a brick and mortar store. This is Paul. How you going, mate? So I'm going to have a little look around your store and ask a few questions about about the cards and stuff, because we had some cards and stuff that we brought in, and they've got like these grading for cards. Let's talk. I'll go for a walk around your store first, that's all right, and just show them what you got. So what are your trading hours here, mate?
Yeah, so 6 till 9 on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
9 to 5 all weekend.
All weekend, yep.
Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. Those hours, you know, will change.
So you, I suppose the nighttime ones, you probably have like game nights and stuff, do you?
So game nights at the moment, we're still negotiating with a couple of parties.
Yeah.
Whether it's Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever people...
Warhammer, do you do that?
I won't do Warhammer. There's some fantastic places around Caboolture.
There is one in Caboolture, that's true, there is, yeah. So these guys, because we did a video on the way up here, sort of from the Caboolture Market, saying that we were coming up to the card store. So that's the road that we come up, and this is it here. So if you see here, it's where the Elimbah, the servo is, if you know. He's setting up here. He hasn't got the sign writing done yet, because he's only just got in. So we're having a bit of a sneak peek. This is the name of his company. You said the best way to contact you is probably from your email address here?
Yeah,
or the phone number?
Through Facebook as well.
Facebook?
Trading cards and collectibles. So if you look up PRF Trading,
Yeah.
it's not on there, it comes up.
Oh, PRF Trading comes up as Facebook as well? Okay. There you go. So that's his details. But as Paul was saying before, he works a normal person's job as well as does this, don't you, mate?
I'm not sure I'm quite normal, but...
Well, you know, you know, you're still doing the Monday to Friday. That's why the hours are what they are. But this is his passion. But as we know, with our passions, they don't always pay the bills. You've got a great collection of stuff. And I was looking at these here and I thought, you know, for 12 bucks, that just seems that's good. Done it.
Well, when you get things like that are, you know, pretty good value for me to buy,
yeah.
Why would you overprice them? They're base level.
I mean, just a great Christmas present, you know, for... Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if it's like a mate's kid or something like that, you know what I mean? Absolutely. You're not buying for your own kid.
Good little Secret Santa concept.
Exactly, yeah. So it's got some new, but he's also got some retro stuff here too. I noticed over there he also has some VHSs.
I love my VHSs.
Do you do all right with them?
Yeah, definitely do. Like, I only buy ones that are in really good condition.
Yeah.
And that are quite popular. And I think they're really making a comeback, and I price mine under. I mean, some can go for $20 to $100. They
can. Well, especially I've found the horror genre is the biggest one, isn't it? Yeah. I've actually got a box. If I knew that, I would have brought them up.
Well, a lot of people actually use them as display.
They do. Well, they're setting up like Blockbuster in their houses. Yes. Aren't they? Like, it's nuts, you know. I've seen some places out at Ipswich, the guys like, it's got a counter. It's amazing. Actually, Scooby's got a Blockbuster shelving, haven't you?
Oh, wow, that's cool. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah. You would have people clamouring for that, I can guarantee.
Yeah. I don't know if they're official, but they're...
Doesn't matter. If it looks pretty cool, that's cool.
Thunderbirds are go. I used to like that.
That's an original Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Behind you over here, when you get over here, is actually an original Tracy Island. So, my wife actually.
That doesn't look new. That looks like it's vintage.
No, that's
Terra Billy.
Yeah, no, it's actually from the Wolfenstein game, so it's made to look vintage.
Oh, okay.
Certainly not.
Well, it's bloody done a good job.
Probably about 15 years old.
Okay. Jeez, but it looks bloody 60s, doesn't it?
It's meant to.
Yeah.
Which I really love.
Yeah.
And you'll find it hard to find that somewhere, I can promise you.
And you do the games too?
Yes, mainly older games. I do have some newer ones in, but I love my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1 and 2s, Nintendo DS. So yeah, I love my older games.
So what's the actual address here?
So it's 866 Beerburrum Road. As you head from the market, it's about 5 minutes north of the market.
Yeah.
It's a really popular road, and if you hit the service station, you know I'm just behind it.
That's it. We know where you are.
The way to go.
And you've got some pretty fancy shoes here too.
Yeah, I used to sell kicks out of the back of a car. Used to be
okay.
Yeah, and so I only get ones that I would actually wear, ones that I would think were good. So I've probably got another 15, 20 pairs coming in soon.
Cool.
I used to actually sell those at the market. and I had a bit of competition from the people who had pirated shoes.
Oh, I saw them
which
all
is
there.
fine, that's their
Yeah, well,
decision.
there's a lot there.
But I don't do that.
No.
It's not my...
Yours are the real deal.
Not my thing. And good on them if they can.
Oh, I see some of these. We had a heap of cards, didn't we, at Nambour one year? Didn't we see they got some of the hand solo, these ones?
Yeah, so I send those off for grading. So the hand solo one's actually a sticker.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what it's come up as, maybe a 6 or 7. I can't see it from here, sorry, without my glasses. But a sticker is really hard to get a good grading on.
Is
Most
it?
stickers are bent or
Yeah,
aged.
yeah.
So that's, you know, you're looking at 40-odd-year-old sticker. So it's pretty rare.
And talking about the grading, so where do you grade yours in Australia?
Yeah, so I do it. I do get some through Platinum. There's a store down in Brisbane called Local Card Shop. They have a deal with Platinum, which is a Gold Coast company.
Yeah.
And their cards are fantastic. I think one of their samples is here. This Star Wars one here.
So that's how they send it back to you
Yeah, so that's Platinum. They're a Gold Coast company. They're about $25 a card.
to get done. Yeah.
To get done. So I like doing that. I'll do probably about 10% of my cards through locals
Right.
to support the industry. But unfortunately, and I do mean unfortunately, PSA, which is the red and white ones you see here with black, they have about 70% of the world market. So if you're looking to make bigger money, you really have
You
to
want
go
PSA.
Yeah.
So and what sort of cost is that?
Yeah, so it's a flat rate of $40 per card.
$40. Ooh.
Then if it's over a certain amount, so normally around $1,500, they can charge more for the
Right.
grading, so it'll take a bit more time.
Yep.
But look, if you're looking at long-term investments, then at the moment,
That's all they're looking at.
Yeah.
If it says PSA, they know it's gradually thought of as the best
so
one.
if you had a Australian card like a Charizard,
Yep.
it's a beautiful Charizard.
Yep.
You have an Australian company, that card might be worth $400.
Yep.
Gets the same grading at PSA. I'm just giving you an example.
Yep.
It could be $2,000 card.
Wow,
It's
so that
the same
can be
card.
that much difference.
It's the same card.
So you might have people actually buying ones that think it's going to grade better at PSA, that they haven't done that and gone through an Australian company or another company, and just on the thinking, I'm going to take it out and PSA it,
They could do that,
and they might make money.
It's a big thing in America to do. There's a company here. You'll see a black card. That's called SGC, which I think are lovely. So I grade a lot of my white cards. Not being racist because that's Tiger Woods, but I'll grade the.
And what do you mean by white then?
The white background of the cards.
Oh, okay.
And so the black for me, the.
Oh, I see. So it looks better. Yeah.
But they're actually now owned by PSA. So PSA's bought one of their competitors.
Oh, so it's the same.
So they're considered now the lower PSA card.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So are they still going to stay with their brand?
Yes, they are.
They are.
Because there's just quicker turnaround. So SGC is about a 2-month turnaround. PSA can be 6 to 9 months. So
oh my God.
you send it to America.
Yeah.
If you went to America, you might only have to wait a few days.
Yeah.
For that
I've seen that express thing on the price chart and like a quicker.
And you can do that when you're in America.
Yeah, okay, not here.
domestically.
Yeah.
There are ways to do it here, but look, honestly, for the average punter, it's not worth doing.
So what's the quickest time you've waited? What's the longest time you've waited?
Probably 2 or 3 months is the quick times, but
Yeah.
that was pre-COVID.
Right.
Then COVID, cards went nuts.
They
People
did.
were sitting at home, they wanted their old games and
Yeah.
cards, and then that's when the wait was almost a year.
Yep.
So people would actually fly to America to grade
their cards.
to grade all the cards.
Because I've heard about people getting together,
Yeah.
right, and grading the cards together and getting a cheaper price.
Theoretically, you
But
can
not
do
with
that.
PSA.
Between 50 to 100,
Yeah.
there is the ability, but mainly with PSA, you're going to pay a flat rate.
Right.
And I understand.
So is that $40 included? You've still got to pay for the postage on top of that?
Yep.
So if you've got an expensive card, you've got to pay for the insurance. Can you insure a card overseas? Say you got a card that's worth $2,000.
You can.
Yeah.
Places like, I'm not, there's a lot of people who will mail now, we know that.
Yeah.
Australia Post will actually, I think you're covered up to $100 and then
Yeah.
I think you pay $2.50 per 100.
Yeah, that's right.
Something along
yeah,
those lines.
I've done that with items in Australia, but I've never done it overseas.
Yeah. And overseas it changes then as well. But yes, you can.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have the card come back. It's actually something that I could talk to you one day about doing a video of opening up that box of 50 cards.
Yeah, that you've had graded.
Fun.
Yeah. Because you don't know what they're going to be.
You don't.
No. And it's that big difference between a 7 and a 9.
Example would be a card here. 7, you might as well have it as raw.
Right.
A sevens, you might as well have a raw card.
Don't bother with it. You're right.
So this is, sorry about the price on there, guys, but this is Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
This is a stained glass. It's a really popular style of NBA card.
Yeah.
Now, if that was a 10, that card's worth $1,500. So
Wow.
I sent that off. I got 110 and 19. They were from the same box. So
Wow.
the
Because it
difference-
can do with centering and stuff. It doesn't have to be the print, does it?
With these, so you're looking at centering. This is beautifully centered.
Yeah.
The writing up and down at the bottom where the figure is. But this one would be, you've got corners as well.
Yeah.
But this one, because of the style, a lot of these ones that have got the special foils and everything,
Yeah.
the little dimples and everything show up.
Right.
So the difference between a 9 or 10, it could be you just wiping your hand on the card.
So what about, so you got one back that was a 9, one back that was a 10.
Yep.
When you sent them,
I thought they were both 10s.
right, you couldn't tell the difference.
I was hoping they would be both 10s.
Did you think they were the same? Did you think the other one was better or that one was
No,
better?
I-
You
I-
thought
I-
they're both 10s.
I
They come
think it
straight
was-
out of the bloody packet.
Yeah.
They should be.
So they get sleeved straight away.
Yep.
They then put in a hard cover.
Yep.
They then put in a box.
Yeah.
And I have boxes for what I'm going to grade.
Yeah.
And so I put them in a box. They've gone straight in the sleeve, straight in a cover. I wear gloves.
Yeah. I've seen the videos of unpackings and
But I can tell.
and so much excitement, especially like you were saying about doing a video when you unpack them. So much excitement. I get it.
The
It's a
excitement
thrill.
getting the grade back is amazing.
It's like a horse winning.
Look, I've been lucky enough to show her money.
What's your best sale price on a card? What's the most you've sold a card for? Or if
I
not
won't
sold,
answer that. I
all
won't
right, if
answer
not
that.
sold, okay. What is the forget about your own money? What the side of it then? What's the most highest value card that's been in your hand?
The highest in my hand.
Yep.
So I won't
You don't
say-
have to own
I
it.
won't say whether I've owned it
Yeah.
or not. Was $75,000.
Wow.
So I've been lucky enough to, and actually that's not true. I've held a card that was over 200,000.
Wow.
I was just thinking back through that. Yes, I've held a card that was over 200,000.
Wow.
It was a Steph Curry. It was a rookie card.
Yeah.
It was an autograph and had a patch.
Oh, I've seen them with a little
Yeah.
bit of the. So that's actually off their jerseys.
So here's a really good lesson for
Yeah.
people. They have what they call game worn.
Yeah.
There's match worn.
Yeah.
There's player jerseys. There's a massive difference between them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So game worn means they have to have worn that jersey in a game, and the cards actually have to declare that.
Right.
Because a lot of the times,
So they would be the echelon price monies. Yeah.
if it says player,
Because that means they're cutting it up.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
And if it says player worn,
Because I mean, they're getting a lot out of it though. It's only a little tiny bloody. You know.
it depends on.
So
how
probably
much
like
of that-
2,000 out of each.
Well, they try not to do that because they want the car to be
Rare. So what was the 200,000? Okay, that was a Steph Curry.
This is a 1 of 1.
Oh right, yeah.
So you get the 1
Oh,
of
I've
1s.
seen that. Yeah.
And even then,
So that was in Australia or was that overseas?
that was overseas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yes, I got to hold that at a card show, and in Australia, the most expensive card I've held is $75,000, and it was actually a Shane Warne card.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely, and it was just unfortunately around that time
Yeah,
that he
they
passed.
passed. So was it signed? Was it a
Yeah,
special thing?
but not. It was signed on the card, so
Yes.
the card actually didn't come with the autograph.
Right.
Shane Warne had signed it.
Sign the card.
So it was, I think it's a Futura,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But that was the most expensive Australian card I've ever
Yeah.
held. But we know cards, they're worth what someone will pay.
They are. Yeah, and we know with that Jake Paul and the Logans and all that, the craziness was it's.
Hey, they build the hype, and so you can't.
I know,
complain.
man. But when you see all these great toys made, and then somebody says to me, "That's worth $250,000,000," I'm like, dude,
It hurts.
dude,
Yeah.
come on! It's what world do I fucking just live in? You know what I mean? Like,
I think one of the hard things is if you're doing this industry, one of the hard things you have to learn is that what you might think is valuable is not.
Yeah.
And I also now have to, I think I was telling you earlier, you sometimes have to say that to people, and it's not a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
And you're not saying it to actually then buy it off them cheap.
I know.
You're telling them the truth.
I know.
You've got basketball cards from the early 90s.
Yeah, the old waxes are just
They were
nothing.
literally printed,
Mass
there was
produced.
no number.
No.
So they kept producing.
No.
So, you get a Shaquille O'Neal rookie, I've probably got a couple here, for under $100.
Yeah.
A Shaquille O'Neal, one of the greatest
Great
players,
player, yeah.
great personality, and you get them for about $100 to $200.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of basketball cards somewhere and I don't know where.
I reckon
Yeah,
everyone has.
Yeah. And mine are in they're in a big heavy plastic with screws on it.
Yeah, so
Look, it looks old,
yeah,
you know, like-
they still sell the screw
Do they?
ones.
Yeah, but this one looks like old.
So this is what they've replaced those with. these are your magnetic one touches. So they just lift off and the
Oh,
magnet
yeah.
holds them down. And I love, so if I graded this is actually a beautiful card. It's called
Yeah.
the signature range. If you grade that and it comes up in a 9 or 10, you're looking at that being probably $1,000 to $1,400. So I don't want to send that off for grading. Some I don't. I love the card. I'm a massive Larry Bird fan.
Another thing, talking about, so we're in Australia here, right?
Yep.
So for the Australian market, you know, you've got like your NRL,
Yep.
AFL, and cricket. I suppose they're the three.
Yep.
There's something else, is there? Olympics?
I mean, A-League, but I mean, those don't sell. The NBL cards.
So
don't really
what
sell.
if you were to say to somebody what they should be looking for in Australian cards, what are the...
If you're looking at Australian cards, you can't go wrong with NRL or AFL because they don't produce a massive amount each year. In fact, they're really hard to get even from good stores.
Right.
I struggle to get any of the NRL and AFL.
Yeah.
In. And if you do, they're a gorgeous looking card.
Yeah.
Especially the select range.
Yeah.
So yeah, AFL and collect because you want to.
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
collect the players you love.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of kids collect a player or you know, a Pokemon figure, and
Yeah.
that is awesome as well.
My audience, not a lot of young people watch us. It's mainly old people, except for like Scoob, from Scooby's age and up. So
Well,
our main demographics
Yeah.
is sort of 40 to 70. Is watching what I do. Sure, we've still got like 30s and stuff, but 55 or 60% of the audience is
and
that.
we grew up collecting the set.
We
There was
did.
Something that was,
Do you remember the ones you used to turn over and you made a picture on the back?
100%.
And get them all together.
I have to
And
walk
I think I had
around.
the cricket one of the.
VFL did it as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I probably don't have any of them here. They don't do it anymore, but yeah, they used to be on the back of the car.
That's right, and you can put them all together. And it wasn't just that; they used to do it with other things as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
Concert tickets. Kiss did it as
Yes.
well.
Yeah. I had
So,
Kiss cards.
Yeah.
Kiss did this thing with Slurpee or something back then. Ice. It's called Ice.
I think I've got a couple
I
of
see
tickets
it.
here somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to actually look right.
So what would be? Getting back to Australia though, if they're sitting at home with their cards going, I've had these since I was
Yeah.
forward and sit. So if they had, is it like?
So, like a Polly Farmer from Geelong,
Yeah.
the famous players, there's not a lot of the cards that survived well.
So it's Collingwood because they're the biggest team.
Or Polly's from Geelong, he was the,
Yeah, I know.
he was
Yeah,
the first
I know Polly
captain.
Farm. Yeah, he was a
point-
WA boy originally.
Yes, he
Yeah.
absolutely was.
Yeah.
No, it comes down to the player. You know, a Tony Lockett vintage cards, if they're in good condition, do really well.
Yeah.
You've got to look at the stars. So in the modern day game, there's a lot of players that are going to do really well.
Yeah.
So you're not going to go too far wrong. If you've got a favourite player, like I hate to say
I noticed this. Who's
I hate to say it because, but Horn Francis, who went from North Melbourne to Port,
Yeah.
he's going to be a superstar.
Yeah, he
Getting
is.
those kind of cards, you're going to do really well. At the moment,
I've noticed that they've made some like better quality ones too, with the little patch on them now and stuff, haven't they?
Yep.
So they would be the. I don't even know how to buy them. I don't think you buy them in a packet.
no, you generally buy. They're hard to buy individually. You're going to pay a few hundred for those.
Yeah.
So you generally, they've got the premium box sets. There's some good card stores in Brisbane that
Yep.
sell them.
Yep.
Local card shop in Brisbane does it, but they're hard to get because even the stores are getting them hard to actually
Yeah.
get in.
So have you ever like bought a box yourself to do that?
Yeah, I've done that a little bit with AFL.
Yeah.
I don't do tremendously well getting
You haven't,
cards.
yeah,
I haven't
okay,
pulled
yeah.
anything
You haven't pulled it
fantastic.
because you've seen those ones where they pull out and they go, and they just go nuts.
Yep.
Because they're worth.
I'm probably an optimist for everyone else and a pessimist for myself.
Okay,
So
yeah.
even if I pulled a great card, I'd be thinking what's going to go wrong.
It's not lined up properly. It's only getting an 8.
I'm going to lose it.
So I mean, your mindset too would also be: you get a great card, then you look at how good it is.
Yeah. I am looking at the corners, I'm looking at
Yeah.
the surface, I'm looking, is it sensitive? Because you've got to remember that they're going through a machine.
That's right.
So even if it's the same template,
Yeah.
the machine's off by a little
A
bit.
little bit, it can be, it can muck you up.
But
Yeah.
they do the modern cards are generally very well centered.
So what would you say your passion is then?
This whole store is my passion.
Is it?
I am absolutely.
So is that like a bit of your childhood as well then?
I'll get up at 3 in the morning and
Yeah.
watch English Premier League.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Monday morning I'll be watching the NFL.
Yeah.
No, I mean Richmond's my number one team.
Yeah.
I've followed them since I was a baby.
Well, you
No
had a
choice.
well. That's good because you went through a real bad time.
I got to see
Didn't
the
you?
grand final with
You
my
got
dad.
you.
So,
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
So I got to see I missed the 2017 grand final. I was sick. Actually,
Yeah.
my auntie gave me a ticket. I had flights. I had everything down. I was too sick to get out of bed.
We lost that.
No, sorry, Adelaide Crows.
I'm an Adelaide Crows supporter. We lost that.
Hey, I did sell a Rory Sloane jumper today.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Not to your friend either, who was here earlier. He's is he from Adelaide, the guy we spoke to earlier? Yeah, I've got a couple of Adelaide things I might send up and give to him.
He was spewing not to get that, but
yeah.
No, I would have been charging too much.
I've got the 2 original Herald posters from when we won the two.
Yeah, we've got a Storm one up on the back wall.
Yeah, I'll go and see the Tigers one, mate. You know,
No, they don't come in here because I keep those at home.
Yeah. I haven't even framed mine. Mine is still in the tubes. They come in.
Look, framing's up to you. I think the sporting posters.
I collect art. I've got probably 1,500 pictures. I don't got no.
I sell a lot of framed sporting stuff. They're all authenticated.
Yeah.
I don't sell copies of things.
Yeah, we were talking. Scooby's got a really cool one. He's going to bring up, and you can have a look at.
I think rugby league. Was it a rugby union?
League.
Yeah, that's right. New South Wales, Queensland.
Yeah. See, look at this. There is great. They've got some good books, cards. Yeah, man, this is awesome. Look.
You were talking about cricket before.
Yeah.
Cricket, I don't think you can go far wrong. Have a look what year that one is. You tell me what year that is.
Oh, these are like the old cigarette cards.
Yes, tobacco cards. They actually came.
Well, it's Bradman.
Yep.
So 30s.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yep. It normally says up
It
here.
says it there, 1935.
1935, and that one didn't grade very well, but I don't care because it's absolutely stunning. So sometimes I disregard grades because I think that's much better. But 2 means the card's an absolutely shocking.
I had Donald Bradman's table and chairs and sold it once.
Oh, well, you're from South Australia.
I am,
so-
yeah. And the guy I was in partnership with, Peter Stafford, he lived in the same area.
Yep.
So they were moving. It was just an old ratty cable and chairs. And I didn't know at the time the significance of it.
Yeah.
And just fucking sold us a table and chairs.
Yeah.
And then years later, you know that was Donald Bradman's.
Trying to corner the market on Bradman's because I just love the history of it. Not my favourite player, but the greatest cricket player, batsman of all time. Has to be 99.96.
Yeah, he has to be. I know. I think they spoke to him like in his 60s, whatever he said. How do you think he'd go against the ones that go today? He goes, I think I'd still beat them now. So. Yeah.
Financially, probably would, because that's why we got World Series cricket, because of Don Bradman holding the purse strings too tight.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's dead right. Yeah, if you watch How's That and Kerry Packer and the whole kit caboodle about, that's a very interesting story, isn't it?
But I mean, I sell tennis cards, I sell golf cards. Anything that I love as a sport. Baseball are the greatest cards you can ever own.
Is that right?
If you love baseball,
yeah,
you've got the best value cards in the world of baseball. They are the cheapest.
Mickey Mantle, isn't it? Is a $1 million bucks, 5 million or whatever.
You're talking an everyday card. You can get champion cards with autos, with patches, everything. A third of the price you'll get an NBA card.
Right.
Yeah. And I love baseball, so I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I don't know. The game's boring. I noticed you got some graded.
Yeah.
Comics. So
Very similar.
Is that same PSA the best again with them?
No, CGC.
Oh yeah, so I've heard of CGC. Yeah. So that's America too.
That's America.
So does that cost more or less than $40 to get that?
Depends on who you know. So comics are a little bit different. Very similar. It's a little bit more than cards. They're bigger.
It's bigger, yeah.
Yeah, and some.
And there's pages they've got to go through. Cards just 2 sides, isn't it?
So they'll generally say white pages if they're really good. And white pages means exactly what you would think.
Yep.
All the pages inside are white.
Yeah, they haven't got the colour yet. And the older ones do colour because you get foxing on the paper just does that, yeah.
So a lot of the older ones don't now because a lot of people put them on a cardboard backing and in there slip straight away.
Yeah.
So a lot of the older ones, the last 20 years are coming up really nice.
They are, yeah.
We're getting to the point with cards and comics that there's so much getting graded, you have to kind of just... the Fantastic Four one I've got over there, it's foil cover.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, yeah.
So some I've sent off.
And the other thing is, if you really love it and you do get it graded, look, if it doesn't go up in value, who cares? It's never going to get any shittier than it is. It's going to look great.
A bit of a secret for you then, for a young person collecting.
Yeah.
Buy 3 copies. Buy a copy you're going to read if you really love it.
Yeah,
Buy a copy you're going to always read.
Yeah.
Share. Buy a copy you might want to grade.
Yeah.
And then one's just a bit spare there.
When I used to buy records, I used to buy 2. I used to buy my drunk album and the one I wanted to keep.
Scrap.
That's what I did. That's right. Yeah. When you had to end up putting 2-cent pieces on top of your record player, to get it to go through the groove.
Apologies.
Sorry about that. It stopped because the battery ran out. So we were talking about comics, I think. So we go over ground. so be it. I think what I wanted to ask was, see how this is a different company to the PSA. What's the wait time to send that to America?
Yeah, about 3 or 4 months.
So same?
So a little bit quicker than...
It is quicker?
Yeah, it's quicker because not as many people do comics than cards.
But they're doing everything now, aren't they? Like VHS tapes are getting done now. I've seen that.
Your retro games now get anything that you can put in.
We watch, what's that, Cat Crew or whatever? Caterpillar Crew? On YouTube. And he grades games, and you know they're all.
Yeah, that's something. Look, that's something I probably will do a little bit myself as well. I don't like grading everything, but grading certain things. I love people's face when they see them.
Look, and I love the fact that it's you can't stuff it up anymore.
In what regard?
Like break it, like you know.
No, I mean, look. Yesterday I actually sold a Pokemon comic.
Yeah.
It had a broken corner because someone had dropped it when I had it at the markets.
Oh.
But the person got it didn't care about the crack. The crack was quite small, but they picked up a $250 comic for $80.
Right.
We marked it right down.
Yeah.
And he was just ecstatic.
And
actually, I think it was his mum.
Oh, so they still can damage, I suppose.
Yeah. It's like anything. It's plastic.
I know, but I mean, but if you hang it up or put it where,
you won't break.
The dust's not going to get to it. Air can't get to it. It's not going to.
If there's a fault, but I mean, that takes ages to find out. But yeah, I mean, I have graded comics. I have your old Tiger Electronic.
Yes.
So stuff like that as well. So
I used to collect Furbies years ago.
Oh wow, they do pretty well.
Yeah. We still get them, even curbside. We still get them. Yeah, we'll buy them whenever we see them. It's good. Yeah.
Clean them up and they come out beautifully.
We don't clean things. He doesn't even taste batteries and things. Are we going there? I know. Games. So we go. He's got like, I don't know, man, 5,000 games.
Yeah.
So we got him all in these boxes and we're selling them up at Nambour. And he's priced them all, which takes him ages.
Which is what I do as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't open them up to see if they're just even in it.
Oh, wow. You probably price them really low.
No, he goes off of CX.
I just like put labels on the spine. Yeah. So I don't put them out to open. I just price them.
Wow, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, but people open up and go, it's not there, it's not there. Anyway, we do this one video, right? And he goes, Scooby's gone through the games, because I don't know nothing about games. He goes, these are the ones that are worth money. And I grab them and go, there's no game in it, Scooby.
That's funny because this is no game here. This happens really common with Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
So they come in a really beautiful case.
Yeah.
But they're only little cards, so a lot of people will put them in their, carrier for their DS.
Yeah, they
and
do.
So forth.
Well, I noticed you had some up there in that box.
Yeah, so that's what people have done.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've bought the case. The case was $20 or $30. And there's 40 games in it.
Yeah, well, we keep the cases.
That one would be worth about as case only.
Yeah.
This case only is probably about $200.
Yeah,
just for this, because this is your Pokemon Platinum. And
now they did reproductions of your fake ones.
Well, this is
didn't they?
definitely not fake.
No,
they're quite easy to tell what's fake.
On there, yeah, I watched something on the actual
really
thing.
Easy to tell. So Nintendo's always been not notorious, but Nintendo's always been really good at being able to put a couple little secrets in. To tell. But just the case itself, which is gorgeous, is about $200.
So if it's complete, what is
you
it?
can get the game for about $140 to $200.
Okay.
So you're probably looking at $700 or $800. So it is worth me getting the game, which I am.
Yep.
But I love the fact that that's just a case for $200.
Well, if we've got one of them, we'll sort you out. What's is that a transformer up there?
So that's an old 1983 Voltron.
And each one of them's a part, aren't they? And they become. I have seen them. Yeah.
And then you can also get the characters, which I've got both characters for that. So I love getting my Voltrons. So they get ripped off as well, but you can tell pretty easy. You can tell by the age or the fade, really, can't you, on that one? So that's 1983. So what's that? You're looking at 41 years old.
Yeah, it makes me feel old, man.
Yeah. And then you can see in front of them the super plastics.
Yeah.
So they're, believe it or not, about $50 each.
Wow.
Yeah. So all the parts move. They're done by artists. So you'll find a lot of those.
What, the camera?
No, is that one from there?
Yes. So that's in box.
Oh, okay.
Plastic, they're 50.
Blind boxes.
Sorry?
They're blind box?
Yeah. Oh, no, these aren't blind box in these ones. What you get in these boxes, with a lot of the other ones, you'll get the more expensive ones.
Is that a VHS? Sorry, is that a VHS $60?
No, that's not VHS.
What's
that's
that?
Actually how Nintendo Japan used to sell their Super Nintendo.
Ah.
It's called Famicom in
Famicom.
Japan. They had them in different boxes to what they had.
It looks like a VHS case, doesn't it?
It does. That's exactly what they were using, the same boxes.
Didn't know that.
So that's Famicom, which is basically Japan's Super Nintendo.
That's fantastic.
I love getting my Japanese games.
And then you've still got like the cards. I mean, because there is even fake ones of these, isn't there?
Oh, definitely.
The guy in the market's fake ones, isn't he? Pokemon guy, yeah, he's got all the Pokemon stuff. He sells fake ones.
I'm lucky enough to have a good account as a wholesaler for Pokemon, so I try and, if you saw these prices when people come in, they're right on point. I don't try and mark boxes up. There is the temptation when there's rare boxes to put it right up.
Yeah.
But then you're going to drive off your loyal
your customers. So have they got like an opportunity to get something rare in one of these ones?
Yeah, in some of these, yeah, more in your higher end kind of.
So what's this, so like that?
This one here is beautiful because you've got guaranteed Charizards.
Right.
But then you've got the 6 packets where you don't know what you're going to get. So that's this for about $70 odd, or 75 I've got. That is an unbelievable pack to get a kid. Like if for a Christmas or a birthday.
Yeah.
Because you're still getting the 6 packs of cards, which are probably.
And they could score one of them in there.
You know, chances are probably not likely, but you definitely can.
But they don't know, do they? When they pack them, they're done blindly, aren't they?
Guaranteed. I mean, you're going to get a Charmander, you're going to get a Charizard, so they're a fantastic pack.
Yeah. I've never seen them before, actually, those ones.
I love the tins, because the tins end up being worth, $30 to $40.
Well, they fake them too.
Yeah,
don't they? We've seen them.
Yeah, you usually tell.
But if you've bought it, and you've bought it sealed and everything like that, then you've got the tin.
Well, that's true, yeah. But we're all second-hand dealers.
Oh, definitely. They even do
the only thing I buy new is jocks and socks, mate. I argue the price at Coles.
Yeah, I mean the socks I can almost do second-hand. I couldn't do the jocks.
No. But that's what you get for Christmas, isn't it?
There's blokes in it. Hey,
yeah, me too.
I got no qualms with that.
No, I'm the same. Well,
what are you going to buy for me?
Well, I'm the same.
I've got what I want, yeah.
I said to my daughter she can buy me a Porsche 911, but she hasn't got the money.
You know what I like? People buying you an experience. So taking you out to lunch or, buying you an experience.
Yeah, okay.
For me, I love that.
Okay.
As an item, I've pretty much got the items I want.
I think because of what the thing I do, we get everything.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can pick something for somebody. See, I don't think when I buy a present, I'm buying what I think they should have, not what they bloody want.
Well, guys, I actually have to do a sale for a young man.
No worries. Well, we're just about done. We'll say goodbye.
Guys, pleasure.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, any time, and seriously, I will absolutely stay in contact.
We will, yeah. I'm going to contact you through the Facebook and we'll send you photos.
Hey, that was a pleasure, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. All right, what a nice bloke, eh? All right, so make sure you get up here to his shop and come and have a look. He's willing to do deals and he knows lots, man. He knows lots more than I fucking do. All right, legends, bye.